Do you guys think it's healthy to talk about your exes in a relationship?
Come look at this.
Yes, but not too much.
Hi,
Hey,
your name?
Ruby.
Okay, Ruby, my question is, do you think it's healthy to talk about your exes in a relationship?
I think it depends on what specifically you're talking about. I think it's important to talk about exes if you're like working through something from an old relationship, or it's also like, yeah, there's no point in living in the past if there's something good right in front of you. Yeah. I think it depends.
It depends.
It depends.
Oh, okay.
And if it's like, there's this thing from my old relationship, and it bothers me, and I don't want that to be a problem in our relationship. I think that's okay. But I think
that makes sense.
anything else is like, just why? Why would you? It's a waste of time,
Okay, all right. Your name?
My name is Bliss.
Okay.
Hannah.
Tasha.
All right. So my question is, do you guys think it's healthy to talk about your exes in a relationship?
Yeah, I think it's really healthy.
Why?
I think that it's important for you to know like what happened in your last relationships, like process what you went through in order to be able to go into a new relationship and be ready to commit to a new person. So I think that having those conversations together can build a lot of trust.
Okay. How about you?
Yeah, I also think that it's healthy. I mean, I think as long as it's part of like how you changed and how you grew, like, and what you learned through that. I mean, obviously if they're like talking about their ex all the time, that's like
That's crazy.
a little sus. But if it's about like how you grew as a person, like I'm still friends with my ex, so of
We're gonna do a deep dive on our guest Instagram, pull intro.
course I'm gonna talk about him.
Okay. How about you?
Yeah, I definitely think it's healthy. I think like being in a relationship is just such a big part of your life, and so not talking about it is you not being able to talk about like someone who's really important to you before.
Exactly.
I think that if you had a long-term relationship that like you were in for many years maybe, or something that really affected you and changed the course of your life maybe, I think it's important to talk about that, even if you're planning to build a family with someone, because again, I think that it shows that you're able to be open and honest about all your past experiences.
Exactly.
if there's like a trauma or something where you like don't want to talk about it, I feel like that's also valid. Like
Very
if it's but that's like based on the boundaries and the communication with your partner.
What if they keep insisting?
Well, I mean, I think that then that's a different conversation about where you are at with your relationship and like where your comfort and your boundaries are.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like it's mostly about like talking to someone else more than it is about even the relationship. It's just what it means like comfortable with you.
Okay.
But overall, like I think you should be able to talk about most things with someone you're thinking about having a family with.
Yeah, just be careful what you're saying. I mean,
Come look at this.
this is not an excuse to like go up and be like, well, when my ex, she didn't like this and my ex didn't like that. Because then I would be very angry.
Exactly, they're gonna get
right?
mad.
But
They're
it's
gonna
like,
get
if
mad.
it's like, oh yeah, this person was a part of my life and like,
It's making sense, exactly.
yeah, so like, I'm not gonna say that this is a free pass to everybody.
I mean, preach on.
But, if it's, I think it is important.
That was a great answer. All right, so your Instagram so we can follow you guys.
Bliss.bgnc.
Okay, how about you?
Mine's Hannah with an H at the end and then another H, and then Ballard with 2 D's at the end.
Okay.
I'm Tasha K. Tasha, but the second Tasha is HS.
Your name?
Avantika.
Okay.
Kimia.
Kimia, okay. All right, so my question is, do you guys think it's healthy to talk about your exes in a relationship?
I think it is. It can be healthy if you approach it from an objective way, because I feel like past relationships teach you a lot about what you, like your needs and what you want and don't want from a relationship. So if you've truly like moved on and you're ready for another relationship, I think it is healthy to objectively approach what has happened.
Okay. What about you?
I agree with what she said, and I think, but not early on in the relationship, I think you have to be close enough with the person that you're comfortable with them and you trust them enough to talk openly about like sore subjects like past relationships, but it's definitely important to like talk about your growth and relationships and what you want with your partner.
So what if you guys are trying to build a family together? Do you think you still have to talk about your exes?
Yes, because I feel like to build a family with someone, you really need to understand them. And it's a lot more than just liking the person. You need to know the kind of person they are, like what their needs are, what they're looking for, and like in order to sustain that relationship in the long term. And I feel like past relationships are a very big indicator of what you're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't think it's necessary to talk about it too much when building a family. I think it's good to just go over it and just be like, yeah, like this is what my experience, this is what happened, and how it ended and why it ended. But as long as you move on from it and learn from it and you're able to talk about it openly for like a little bit, then that's fine. Then you can just move on.
You smart.
Oh, smart. Alright, your Instagram so they can follow you.
It's Avantika Boop.
Okay, how are you?
Shahamet Kimia.
Your name?
Julia.
Julia, okay. So Julia, my question is, do you think it's healthy to talk about your exes in a relationship?
I definitely think that it can be. I think that it should happen.
Okay.
I think it depends on the timing of it. I think it's probably a red flag if the person is immediately talking about his or her their ex.
What?
But I think once you've really established a connection and a rapport, then like talking about your ex in the context of what you've learned from that relationship and like what you're bringing to this current one is definitely healthy. I think it could get unhealthy if it's like you're comparing me to your ex or something like that.
Okay.
But I think that big life experiences are super relevant to your relationships, and that contains your other relationships.
Yeah, I agree. Alright, so what if you guys are trying to build a family together? Do you think you still have to talk about your exes?
I think still, yeah, because of like the things you've learned from that person and what went well and what didn't go well and what you're hoping to repeat or not.
I agree. That makes sense. Your name?
Emmy.
My question is, do you think it's healthy to talk about your exes in a relationship? What do you think?
I think it's essential if you want to have emotional intimacy with that person before the relationship that you're in. I think if you don't talk about them, then either those exes are not significant to you and your emotional development, or you're not able to fully open up to the person that you're in a relationship now.
So you think it's cool?
I think if it's done healthily, I think maintaining emotional connections to past relationships is not healthy. But I think discussing that with your current partner is trying to understand them holistically as a person, and that means the people that have changed them. So I think, to a degree, not every ex, because that doesn't really matter, but yeah.
Okay.
That's my answer.
A few inches later.
Sabro?
Hello.
Your name?
I'm João.
Okay.
Felipe.
Okay. So my question is, do you guys think it's healthy to talk about your exes in relationship?
I think it depends on how you approach it. If it's in a healthy way, then yes, I think you should.
You think it's cool?
Not cool.
You got the juice now, man.
But I think you shouldn't avoid the topic as well. Just talk about it in a healthy way.
Okay. How about you?
Yeah, I agree. Not avoiding is definitely, I think, a big deal, because communication is key. So as long as you're just communicating whatever you need to, whatever topic, I think it's fine. Yeah.
What you guys are trying to build a future together, do you think you still have to talk about your exes? I mean, if you try, I feel like you're gonna push your partner away.
I think it's important to always have communication, as Felipe said, but you shouldn't be talking about that all the time as well, because now you're with a different person. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bring it up all the time.
That's funny.
Yeah, but if my partner wants to ask a question, I feel like I should make it clear that I could answer something about my past, and I would like to feel the same way with my partner. So if you're talking about each other's pasts, I think it's okay. You just shouldn't be bringing it up all the time.
Exactly. I agree. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Your name?
Carabelle.
Okay.
Zainab.
Okay. All right. So my question is, do you guys think it's healthy to talk about your exes in a relationship?
What?
I know, right?
That's a tough one.
I know.
I think it depends on why you're bringing them up.
Okay.
And how frequently. If they're constantly coming up, then I have some concerns about whether or not you're fully finished with that relationship.
Okay.
But if you're just like sharing important information with your partner about an ex that was really important to you in your personal development, I think it's cool and sometimes necessary.
Yeah, baby.
That's what I would say.
Okay. How about you?
Yeah, I think I agree with that. And so it matters how much, why, and I think also when. If it's like a first date situation and you're talking about your ex, like maybe that's a sign that you're not quite ready. But if it's like months into a relationship, I think it's natural and I think it's healthy to then like talk about past relationships and what you've learned about yourself in the process. I think it's an important part of like getting to know where your partner is coming from. But I think again, it depends on the context. If you're like constantly talking about your ex out of context, then that's something to like explore a little bit more. But if it's like for the purpose of okay, like let's talk about past relationships to understand each other more, I think that is like a very healthy way to learn more about your partner, so you're not kind of like surprising them over the course of your relationship.
What if you guys are trying to build a family together? Do you think you still have to talk about your exes? Because I feel like you're pushing your partner away.
I think again, like, why are they coming up? Maybe you were trying to build a family with that person, and it's important to not try and repeat mistakes with that person. But I would question why they're coming up at that point when, at least in my head, if you're trying to build a family, then you've probably known each other for a bit of time and like see that you want to build a life with that person. So I would question like, why is it coming up? But again, I think it depends on context and why.
You so smart. You know everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I do agree. I think that exactly like what she said, at the point where I would want to start a family with someone, we probably would have already spoken about all the relevant ex material that we would have had to. So I don't see how an ex could be relevant anymore at that point, unless it is, again, like there was an ex who I did try to start a family with in the past and that didn't work out. But otherwise, I think at that stage in the relationship, the exes should be like very much in the past.
Okay, awesome. That was a great answer. All right, so your Instagram so they can follow you guys.
So it's _ KAURIBEL.
Okay, how about you?
Mine is ZJAF, so ZJAF and then 97.
Okay. Your name?
I'm Catherine.
Okay.
I'm Stella.
Okay, Stella. All right. So my question is, do you guys think it's healthy to talk about your exes in a relationship?
What?
I think like, you know, if you're in a healthy relationship currently, like it's fine to talk about like things from your past. Like it's healthy to not like withhold stuff. And, you know, I think you just, you know, if you're talking too much about like, you know, an ex, that's maybe a sign of like not being over them. But I think it's, I don't know, I think it's healthy to like, you know, just have open lines of communication and just, you know, but I don't think it should need to come up that much in a healthy relationship. Yeah.
I agree. How about you?
Yeah, I guess as long as you're not being weird about it and it's not like you're constantly comparing the person you're dating to your ex and like to their face. But yeah, I guess it really depends on the situation.
Okay. So what if you guys are trying to build a family together? Do you think you still have to talk about it?
It wouldn't be different than like if you're not trying to build a family in a relationship. Like I think it's the same, like just regardless of like, you know, relationship, like whatever stage you're at. Like I think, yeah.
Okay. How about you?
It depends on the situation, I guess.
Oh, okay. Your name?
Mia.
Mia, okay. So Mia, my question is, do you think it's healthy to talk about your exes in a relationship?
I think it depends.
Okay.
Like, it depends how far you are into the relationship, because I feel like you should talk about it. I feel like there's something to learn about like your past relationship or like your exes. So like, yes, but you have to be, I guess, careful or like conscious about it.
Exactly. All right, so what if you guys are trying to build a family together? Do you think you still have to talk about it?
No. I think at that point, like, you guys should have already talked about it. It's like something that you like talk about and then you move on, in my opinion.
That makes sense. Your Instagram so they can follow you?
MCOOLCASTRO.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Your name?
Amara. Tess.
Okay. All right, so my question is it healthy to talk about your exes in a relationship?
Nah, you're gonna mess up your current relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you?
I think if you're doing it in a way to grow, maybe, then yeah. But if you're just bringing them up to bring them up, then no.
Okay. So what if you guys are trying to build a family together? Do you think you still have to talk about your exes?
Oh, okay. Like if it's, yeah, like I feel like what she said. Like if you're just bringing it up to bring it up, like no. But like if you're bringing it up to like grow and like y'all are getting serious, so it's like yeah, you can air out your past.
Okay. What do you think?
Same thing.
You agree? Okay. Your Instagram so we can follow you.
Oh, Big Money Mara, please do follow me.
Okay.
Test or no?
All right. Your name?
Haley.
Okay.
Malachi.
All right. So my question is, do you guys think it's healthy to talk about your exes in a relationship?
Come look at this.
Yes, but not too much.
Okay.
Like don't compare me to your ex. I'm not her. I'm me. But
okay.
I feel like it's important to know your dating history, but don't do too much.
I agree. How about you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think for sure. But yeah, comparison is clearly like not healthy. But I do feel like, exes are there for a reason. So it's like you definitely learned something in that past relationship. And I feel like those lessons can be brought into the future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alright, so what if you guys are trying to build a family together? Do you think you still have to talk about your exes?
I feel like if we've been together for a certain amount of time, your exes should be irrelevant at that point. Like it's like if we're at the point where we're getting to having a family, I don't know why they're still relevant.
How about you?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like at that point, they should already know about the ex and there shouldn't be a need to discuss. But yeah.
Awesome, I agree. Your Instagram so they can follow you guys.
Haley MSL, HALEY MSL.
At malachi.zion, that's MALAKAI.ZION.
Okay, bye.